We are obsessed now with the new series on Netflix, Avatar, The Last Airbender. So let me tell you that this series is like Game of Thrones, only for the kids, the family version. It's very, very epic, and I am obsessed with it too because all the characters are so perfect with things that are in alignment with Chinese face reading. They couldn't have chose a better cast and according to their features. And that will be in another post. But this one here, I want to reveal to you an insight that we got from season 1, episode 4, which the theme is Into the Dark. Let me tell you the backstory behind this. I was dog sitting on July 4th, and I don't have Netflix, and so I wanted to intentionally find Netflix movies or shows, and I fell upon this. I wasn't gonna watch it, but it was a new version, and I read something where like all these like people watched it the first like season, the first episode, and so I was like, curiosity wise, I put it on and I was hooked. And then I binged it, and then it's like, oh my gosh, how am I going to watch the rest of this? I can go to my friend's place from Netflix, and then I decided, and I couldn't sleep, decided the next day I would get Netflix. And there's several versions of Netflix. There's the $8.99 version with ads, which is the one my friends got, and it was kind of annoying. Like I was like excited, and then it would break into an ad. But I was like, oh, I need to save money. I don't need a $19.99 charge or $29.99, right? I don't need another membership either. So I got the $8.99. Here's the thing: I've never been on Netflix before, and so when I checked out, they're like, hey, how about we give you the premium one for 1 month so that you can try it for the price of $8.99. Sold. All right, and so Bella and I are going to Durango. And I wanted this trip so that she can watch it on the trip. I normally don't like that, but I wanted to watch the other episode. Bella, please. So I allowed her to do it, and I already had seen 3 episodes, and I was on the 4th one, the middle of the 4th one. And so I just listened to it, and I let her watch it. And she was hooked too. She's seen the Avatar cartoon, but she's never seen the movie version of it.
I have.
Not this, Bella. It's new. You even said it. So please don't interrupt. Now, so I re-listened to some of it, and there's so many good messages, so many powerful ones in each one. But I want to talk about the one in particular, which is season 1, episode 4, Into the Dark. So the story of Avatar is he's the chosen one, and he's gonna save the world. And this 12-year-old boy is supposed to like bring all the elements together: water, air, earth, and metal. And he is the last airbender, also the Avatar. So it's a huge responsibility and burden. But he's been trapped in a iceberg for 100 years. So even though he's over 100 years, he hasn't lived the last 100 years and the turmoil that has happened because of the Fire Nation. So he finds all these people to help him because he's so charismatic. And one of the charismatic things about him is, you see that dimple right there? Yes, that. And then the roundness of his nose and the roundness of his nostrils. That means he's a very giving and generous person. He's very kind. The padding on his cushion on his cheeks. So he embarks on the 4th element, the earth element, in their earth world. And he finds, he gets captured, and then he's brought to the king. And the king happens to be an earthbender, also his best friend when he was alive. And his name is Boomi. Boomi is very funny. So he and Boomi, though, have this war at the end, or this fight to end all things. And in this episode, at this epic scene, Boomi has 2 rocks come down, one on top of him and one on top of Aang, the Avatar. So he says that life, you have to make hard choices, especially in a war. And one is, do you decide, do you save the soldiers or do you save the orphans? Do you save this town or that town? And it's very twisted, and he's had to do this for 100 years now. And if Aang is going to be the avatar, he's going to have to make these decisions too. And one has to sacrifice for this, whatever he feels is the best at that time. Pretty powerful, right? And so here Aang is with his friend and the town, or this little like city. So he doesn't want to make the decision. At that time, his friends come in. One is a water bender. She gets Boomi out underneath. So then Aang drops that rock, and then the other rock he drops, and then Boomi is furious. He's like, "You cheated! You cheated!"
But he also said that you should let it fall, Aang.
And so then he said that you didn't make the decision and do it yourself, so you didn't learn the lesson. You didn't learn the lesson. And then he said, "You're just a child." Aang replied with, "And what's wrong with that?" And he said, "I will save the world because of my friends. I will save the world because of my friends." That's how we save the world, with our friends. We're not supposed to do it alone. Such wisdom. I don't know. I feel like it's wisdom. But I might just be interpreting it another way. You might get something else out of it because everyone feels it in a different way. So this is the same thing with, like, right now, it's the 4th of July. We've fought for independence before, right? But what if now we fight for interdependence? Independence is overrated. Interdependence is where we are a community and we're one. And that's how we save the world. And that's my message from this episode. I will be doing other episodes with this because, like, you know, I'm obsessed. Like before last year, we were obsessed with K-pop Demon Hunters. And now it's Avatar, the last Airbender. I would love it if you've seen this in the comments. And if you haven't, I highly encourage you to do so. And I would love to see what your insights are. Share this with others if you feel so called. And I want you to remember to be childlike. When you were still innocent, when you still believed, return to that. Return to your inner child and do it in community. And remember, best of all, just laugh. Laugh. I'm Twee, your muse, to help you find your muse. Laughing all the way.